Hector here, and welcome back to another speed build. I'm really enjoying doing this kind of videos, so I figured why not. And this video is basically inspired by the questions that Nana and I get, which is, where are you guys from? Because as you guys know, we prefer not to say where we're from because we keep our private and our YouTube lives separate because, I don't know, I guess we're not ready for that kind of commitment yet. Laughing at my own stupid joke. So this build was basically heavily inspired, based on whichever you prefer. Very, very traditional homes from where we come from, which is house on stilts. And yeah. Right now we're working on the outside of the... I'm so awkward right now, I'm sorry. I just watched Star Wars today and my brain is just not functioning. And here we're trying to put in the cheat, which took me several tries to get. I sped this up by 350% and you can still see me struggling. Anyway, these homes usually have this area outside where there are seats, so... What would you call that? Like... a deck? A balcony? It's not quite a balcony, I don't know. Anyway, putting in the doors, I couldn't find the right door to fit in, so I just went with the simple wooden ones, and we're dividing up the house. And if the house seems a little bit hectic, it's because these traditional homes, based on what I remember, like they still exist back at home. Like you could be driving through a housing area and you can come across a few houses exactly like this. But it's been a long time since I've been in one. So yeah. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so basically what happens is that the family builds it up on their own. Like over time they start adding more and more stuff to it. And usually in the past, I believe like it was a project for the family, but now of course you hire contractors and things like that. But even in the more modern houses, you can still see signs of like how it used to be way back when. So yeah, usually I've seen many houses where they don't bother to demolish the house on stilts bit. Instead, they add like a modern house to it. So that's like part of it is still raised off the ground and part of it is still like the new part is just like a normal house. And basically why they built it like that is because way back when, during the monsoon season, we do live in a tropical country, and during the monsoon season the waters would just rise and it'll get super muddy and things like that, and I suppose it's just to keep it from flooding? I don't know, I'm rambling. Anyway, we're adding some details to the back part, and you see that lower bit where the staircase is leading to? That is going to be the outdoor kitchen. Because from what I remember, the kitchens are outdoors, and the reason why I decided to use the roofing just like that was because a memory from one of the houses that I did visit was that it was like that. Like they just seem to have added on, like just chucked another piece of zinc roof on top of that. And the bottom bit, I wish we had hammocks in Sims 4. I would have put in CC items, but I wanted to put this up on the gallery to be free for download, so I couldn't put up CC items. If not, I would have put a hammock underneath, because I do remember goats, chickens, cats, and a hammock underneath the house. Goats especially, like you just throw your trash outside and the goats eat it. But that is in really, really rural areas. I'm not quite sure whether some people still do that, because from what I've seen, that happened when I was living, I think, in the jungle area. So that was really, really, like, really traditional and unchanged. So yeah, that was a bit of a fun trip down memory lane. Picking up the floorings to go here on this outdoor kitchen, I went with the bricks in the end. Even though I think it usually is just dirt, like mud. And yeah, I went with the most traditional stove I could find. And I'm gonna imagine that this house already has electricity, because that would definitely make sense. I need to put my phone on silent. And in case you're wondering where the bathroom is, that is an outhouse. And the bathrooms are usually not really bathrooms, they're just an outhouse, like I said, with a hole in the ground. And if you wanted to take a bath, it was just this huge, like, mother trucking basin, and you would scoop water out and, like, throw it over yourself. But that is only if... That is in the more modern houses, I think, the ones with water supply, which I'm gonna imagine this is. Now that I think about it, I forgot to put in the kitchen sink. Oops. Where was I? Yeah, it's either that or you have a well, or just, you know, you stay near, close to the river. But that, I think the river thing is like ages ago. I'm pretty sure all the houses have access to water now. But yeah, back at that trip where I was living in this kind of house in the jungle, there was no bathroom. So basically you just go into the river and do your thing. And you bathe in the river, everything is done in the river. And also the stove was actually inside, like there was an open fire inside the house. I can't remember how they managed that without burning everything down, but yeah. So putting in 2 bedrooms here because I wanted it to be a bit more cramped. Like I wanted it to be a small house that's really vibrant with lots of like family, I guess. Because that's basically what I remember of it. These kind of houses, usually when you see it, like usually during the time when I would go and visit them, it's always during a festival. And like the whole family will be back and it'll be really, really loud, really, really crazy. And yeah. So the insides and the outsides are all wooden floorboards and things. So at some bits of the house you will have like carpeting put down. And I was taking so long to figure out the orientation of this bit here because I wanted there to be a small dining room and like a TV sitting area. And I got the oldest TV I could find, like the cheapest one, because that made sense. And just moving the walls back a little bit so that there would be more space to walk around. And I found that mirror, which you guys probably couldn't get a catch. Brain. That you guys probably couldn't really see because I was moving too fast. Too fast for you. Going into the kids' room again and just trying to get like carpets and stuff. Getting the colors right. In retrospect, like, they would have probably just put a mattress on the floor and slept on the floor instead, but I couldn't find sleeping bags. I was hoping the the outdoor retreat expansion pack would have sleeping bags, so that would have been perfect, but they didn't. So yeah, putting in a little skill building area and a place for the kids to do their work and stuff in the bedroom. And I tried to get like the smaller dining table because I hoped you could fit more around it. But in the end it didn't work, so we went back to that one. And what are we doing? Oh yeah, we just put like that little piece of clay down. And there is, about that radio, the reason why I put it there was because there is a local artist from where we're from who drew a comic of when he was a child, and music was like a central point in his family's life. Like during each meal they would have like the old radio playing and things like that. And yeah, also, oh yeah, you saw me put the fireplace outside, giving them some rubbish bins. And I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, usually they would eat on the floor as well. I remember eating on the floor a lot. Where you just like roll out this mat and you put all your dishes on the mat and you sit down around it and eat. I did that in college actually, during one of the festivals, because there was so much food. Me and my housemates, we only had like tiny tables and we had our friends over and everything. And so for my textile work, I had a 4-meter piece of paper that was printed out for one of the assignments. So I just rolled that out on the ground and we used that as a mat instead. Adding in the lights, I used these camping lights and a lot of these old candles just light up the space. And inside the house, for gameplay purposes, I wanted it to be really bright, and I was hoping that I could use these old lights, but in the end we went with these UFO things because it made more sense. But downstairs and inside the bathroom, I think it's gonna remain really dark. Just to keep it real, you know, keeping it real. So yeah, I can't remember what we're gonna do next. Do we do terrain paint now? No, we're decorating. We're just gonna add some paintings onto the wall to fill up the bare spaces because this isn't a starter home, so I was just going crazy. Adding in some sticker decals in the rooms because, again, this isn't a memory from when I was young and visiting someone who lives in this house. I never lived in one. I lived in a pretty modern house. Anyway, those sticker decals, she had like a bunch stuck up in her room from when she was a child. And yeah, it was just like a little cute detail from way back when. Adding these palm trees, which I don't know, I feel like they're a dead giveaway, and doing some terrain work, some gardening, adding some of these long grass all over the place. And I think we're almost done. We're almost moving to the screenshots now. Adding in the little details of the dirt underneath and around that area. And screenshots. So yeah, this is the outside view. It's looking really nice. My two test sims are just standing outside waiting to get into their new home. And yeah, the outdoor sitting area. I hate how Sims 4 has that mother trucking white piece on the ceiling instead of like any ceiling colors. I wish we could pick our own ceiling colors, but we can't. So whatever. Inside to the sitting room with the TV and the dining area. Pretty standard stuff, I'd say. We do have a lovely bookcase in case your Sims want to do some reading, of course. And I do love the red of that carpet. The master bedroom with the kind of old-timey style bed and the lovely carpet and that really old looking chest there. The mismatched children's bed, which I don't know, it's sort of like this house was thrown together and these furniture were gotten at different times, so they are a bit different. The outdoor kitchen and that little fire pit in the corner, and I think then this is basically it. Yeah, I didn't put up any screenshots of the bathroom, so yeah guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will... No, hang on. I messed up my outro. So yeah guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Star Wars rules. Bye!